Welcome, everybody. We're making butternut squash and green curry soup today, and we started out with a great hint from Betsy. When you cook with lemongrass, pound it before you put it into your food because it opens up some of that flavor. So thank you, Betsy. All right. How was everybody's weekend? What a busy weekend it was, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Oh my God, it was Easter and Passover and Ramadan and Cherry Tree Festival or whatever we call that down in the DMV. It's like everything's going on all over the place.
For sure. And the azaleas are popping.
And the azaleas and all the bright green leaves on all the trees. It's so beautiful out in the sky, blue. Oh, so gorgeous.
Unless you have pollen issues. I don't, but I have quite a number of friends that do.
I know so many people, Joyce, who didn't until a few years here. I mean, it's really amazing that you have no allergies and you live here.
Maybe it's DC.
It is totally DC. But what about you? You're okay.
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
Amazing.
So what I learned about Thai style green curry paste is I assumed Trader Joe's would have it, but I went online before I walked over to Trader Joe's to find out that they no longer have it. And the place where I was able to buy it, of all places, was Safeway.
You never know. I actually hit up the Asian market this time because I was desperately in the hunt for lime leaves. And of course, I didn't get any, but I was able to get the lemongrass and some other cool things there.
So the Indian market has our curry leaves. They have what I was thinking, not the lime leaves.
Oh. I mean, maybe that would be delicious. The lime leaves were optional, so maybe curry leaves would be great. Who knows? Anybody have experience? Joy, you want to weigh in on that one? No?
No, I have no. Okay. I don't have any experience. I only could find basil leaves.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Salma.
Yes, did you say something?
I said hi.
Oh, hi.
And Julia.
Hi there. Do you have to do the garnish? Because that was a lot of ingredients.
No, it is, but the reviews all say, I mean, you clearly don't have to for our purposes, but the reviews all say it goes from great to spectacular. It really it makes it like a restaurant worthy meal. So it,
And where do you find lemongrass?
Lemongrass I ended up getting at the Asian market. The supermarkets have those little crummy little plastic boxes and they've got two little, I didn't mean to call them crummy, Julie. I think they're fantastic, the ones you have. And the one Betsy
No, that's what I was just able to find. I found these in a giant. But
yeah.
I did.
I never
held out, and in the end, it's going to be the same. But I got like 4 of these mango stalks, so I know, Betsy. That's why I like the Asian market.
Which one did you go to, Deb?
I was going to one that I didn't reach because I passed Great Wall on the way, and it was getting late. And I was like, "Let me try Great Wall," and they had what I needed, so that was that.
Those are beautiful. The lemongrass you have.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you told me. For you guys who joined late, Betsy's given us the hint that whether you cut them first or you pound them first, make sure you pound your lemongrass.
Well, it's too late for me, but the bigger thing I did is I probably cut them in 2-inch pieces. And what I realized afterwards was, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to fish these out. So I have 26 pieces. I have 3 lemongrasses. I got them from Great Wall as well.
Okay, so you'll have like a little fun, treasure hunt to
Fun. It's like looking for the Apicomman.
Exactly.
Only different.
Exactly.
Why do I still look like a blue eyeball?
I don't know. I was going to ask you about that.
It always happens. It just takes a while. I don't know why. Maybe I'll stop it and start it again. Let me stop it and start it.
All right, because we would like to see the beautiful Marge in all
Oh,
of
the
her
beautiful
glory.
Marge.
Marge, I just walked in the door and I decided I'm joining Marge and having some wine tonight. That's ridiculous.
Oh, there I am.
Hi, Marge.
Would you like me to share it? I'd probably end up pouring it on the
Nope, but cheers.
cheers.
Joyce is in the happy hour.
This was all that was left. I have to go find more.
Lemongrass or wine?
Wine. The lemongrass is, it's too late. I'm up to the point where I'm bringing the soup to a boil.
Okay.
What I did not do is I did not buy green curry paste. I had red curry sauce and I decided enough. Because I'll never use green curry paste.
But this recipe calls for so much. So I'm thinking one of these little jars of 4.6 ounces.
You might be right. It was a lot.
Half a cup is a lot. Yeah.
It is. I put in a quarter cup at this point because I wasn't sure how it was going to taste. I didn't want to go crazy. But I think I've got everything in that's supposed to be in. I'm curious about the garnishes. There were just so many things there, and I'm like, what do I want to
Let's
do?
see. Terry's already baking hers, so let's see what she says about it.
Maybe, I wonder if we can leave some out. Like chilies.
I'm sure you can.
Okay.
So I was thinking about a little bit of chilies because I have some in the refrigerator, left over from my fabulous jalapeno matzo ball soup. I was thinking maybe a little of that, and maybe I have basil. I thought maybe a little basil, or possibly mint. I think basil probably, and some lime juice. I didn't buy limes.
Have you got peanuts and coconut flakes?
A, I don't eat peanuts, and B, I don't eat coconut flakes. So no and no.
Guess not. Okay.
I do, just be careful when you label your soups. I noticed that mine has in it, what did mine have? One of the things had dairy in it. I don't even remember what it was. One and had egg. Oh, you know what it may have been? It may have been the fish sauce I used, because the fish sauce I used doesn't have, it has anchovies. I'm trying to remember what it was. I read something that had dairy and egg and fish. Oh, and coconut, of course, from the coconut milk. Yeah. So it's a little bit crazy. It's gonna be a lot of stuff on my labels. Joyce, I assume I will not see you tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I've got my exercise class, but
That's
you
okay.
will in the afternoon. I'll probably be dropping off maybe 10 quarts.
Wow. I won't be here in the afternoon, and I'm not sure if David will be here. So if you can do it Wednesday or Thursday, that's better.
Okay.
Or just text me first, and I can tell you whether someone's home, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Because I suspect it's going to be warm enough that we don't want frozen soup sitting outside.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the weather's,
Yeah, unless you have ice packs, but even still.
yeah.
And we know Keith isn't home because he's in Alaska.
Oh,
He's working in Alaska last week and this week. It's pretty exciting.
it's probably cool there.
It's about 40 in the daytime. But he says it's different because the cold is so dry that it's a different, you don't feel as whatever. Or so he says. One of his colleagues saw a moose when he was driving to work the other day.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, apparently there are 1,500 moose in Anchorage. Who knew?
Yeah, they can be mean. So did you or did you not get lime leaves?
I didn't.
Okay.
I'm going to use. I'm going to go with just regular Italian basil, I think, and
Okay.
some chili.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
have it.
Plastic wrapping. Otherwise lovely.
When I'm. Oh, it does say covered. Okay. Deb, I took your advice. I used only 2 of my little chilies. I'm saving this little baby because he's just so cute. And if he starts to go bad, or when he starts to go bad, which eventually he will, I'll throw it out for the squirrels to eat.
Aw, good. Murdering him would have been a shame.
I know. I murdered the other 2 little ones, but they were bigger than this guy. I didn't figure it was worth peeling this guy. As soon as I peeled it and took the seeds
It'd be
out, there'd be
seeds.
nothing. It'd be
Yeah.
nothing.
I actually found frozen squash at Giant.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
I used 2 bags of the frozen. The ones I had were too small, Joyce. I wasn't going to be able to get anywhere near as much out of the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I used 2 bags of frozen plus the 2 little guys. Is that what you're using? 2 bags of frozen or 3?
I'm using 7.
7 bags? What are you? When it
That's
says 8 pounds,
it said 8 pounds.
but it said 8 pounds because a squash, when you buy it, has all the extra. It has the seeds, it has the whatever, has the tops and the bottoms. 8 pounds is a lot of squash, isn't it?
Good. I'm gonna have a good solid squash soup.
You are. Wow. Betsy, you're laughing. Do you have a thought on this?
I'm laughing too.
She didn't need 7, 8 bags of it, did she?
We'll find out. I don't think she needed that, but
How many squash did you end up using, Deb?
I had a whole bunch cubed up in my freezer from all the other squash soups we had made recently. So I just took out all the little containers that I had. So it's not an exact science, but it was a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I hear that soup is forgiving.
I hope so.
You think
Okay,
so, Marge? Do you think?
All right, so who's going to be leading us next Sunday? Marge?
I am.
Nope. I'm sorry, next Monday.
Not me.
Listen, everybody, Vered Gutman is going to be. So please tell all of your potential, all of your friends and family members who might really enjoy this session. She's the chef, I think, down at 6th and I Historic Synagogue. And she's written a bunch of cookbooks, and she's, I think, got a blog. And so it should be a really fun, different kind of day next Monday.
She's an Iraqi Israeli. I know that about her, and you're right. She does cook for 6th and I, but I think she has her own catering business as well. We'll have to ask her.
Yes, I think so too. But so, so for people in the DMV, this is great, but for anybody anywhere,
And the other thing that's interesting is this is a soup with beef in it, and we don't often cook with meat. So
beef? What kind of beef?
Stewing beef? I don't know. Let me look at.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll pull the recipe up. I'll let you know. Give me a sec.
we rarely have used beef.
well, she gives you a meat-free alternative, but if you want to do beef,
Yeah, right.
just make sure that you're not giving it to the couple of places that ask that meat is only halal.
Right.
Or,
This is an Israeli Swiss chard and chickpea soup. It has our friendly leeks, which we know are cheapest and best and cleanest at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Thank you, Mark.
And 4 pounds of stew meat or beef chuck cut into 3/4 inch cubes. An onion, 3 carrots, 4 celeries, Italian parsley, turmeric. For vegan, she's saying use 4 pounds of firm tofu pressed and cut. So you could do it that way.
Hmm.
And then does the tofu go in at the very end? And I would assume the beef goes in at the beginning,
I
but you
don't
don't want
know. I didn't get that far.
to. Okay.
Instructions for vegan. Yeah, it looks like at the very end. She has separate instructions for each of them. Oh my goodness. On the meaty soup, the day before, or at least a couple of hours before, put the meat in a pot with the onion, carrot, celery, and parsley. Cover with 1 quart of water. You're going to use 16 cups. So basically using half, quarter of the water, whatever. I think it's 8, half the water. At room temperature and bring to a boil. Once it boils, skim the foam, add kosher salt and turmeric, reduce heat to low, and cover and cook it for a couple of hours. So you need to
So
do
we're
this.
cooking soup on Sunday and Monday.
Yes.
And you and I are already cooking on Sunday, so we'll be cooking 2 soups on Sunday and 1 on Monday.
No, 1 on
So-
Sunday.
Do that, Marge, the day before.
Excuse me?
We're supposed to do that the day before.
Yeah, but I bet you could, it also says or a couple of hours before. So I bet you could do it. You know, you just need that soup, the meat to get tender because it's stewed
Okay.
meat.
Well, yeah, right.
Deb, next week, Bethel is doing their Good Deeds Week thing, which we did 2 weeks ago with the mushroom jalapeno matzo balls.
Yeah, I've got
So-
Bethel on Sunday, and then the following Sunday, we've got Washington Hebrew.
What is
Can't
Washington?
can't all the Jews just agree on when Good Deeds Day is?
Good Deeds Week, which is sponsored by JCRC or Federation or someone, was
Yeah.
actually from the day we cooked until the Sunday before Passover. So I don't know what they're thinking about.
There's a lot of liberty being taken here in Montgomery County.
Of course there is. But what is Washington Hebrew cooking? Which
Both of them are doing what you're doing, the
okay,
Turkish.
so we're all doing the same Turkish
Yes.
recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, did you see how many times I sent that recipe
Oh
out
my God.
before I got it right?
Yeah.
I made changes to it. That's why I had to retype it.
What did you do?
What did I do?
I thought it was a perfect recipe.
I changed the sequence of things and how they were listed because I like soups to be
Yeah.
listed in the sequence that you're going to use
Use
them.
it. Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
I did something else. I don't remember what it was because we had cooked other lentil soups,
Yeah.
and so I did something else. I took the word coarsely out. If you dice something, you need to dice it because what you're doing in that soup, as in this soup, is if you're going to use an immersion blender.
Right.
Yes, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it also shouldn't be too large because the larger the pieces are, the longer it's going to take to cook.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I think that's it.
Okay.
And I changed, it makes me crazy. If you're going to say 3 teaspoons, why don't you just say 1 tablespoon?
Yeah.
Really? No, that makes me
Okay.
a little nuts.
All right.
Okay, I finished my toppings.
And what are you reporting?
It came out good. I had everything but the lime leaves in there. And it took, I used 350 convect.
Right.
It took 13 minutes before the coconut was a deep golden brown. So
Can we see it? Is it easy for you to show it?
I'll see. I've got an iPad. I've got to figure out how to turn an old iPad, how to turn the camera around. Yeah, just give me.
Or you just pick it up and point it at the,
I can. Okay.
there you go. We're almost seeing it now.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
So have you tried snacking on it? They say it's a fantastic snack.
And when it comes out, it's the peanuts are almost like a boiled peanut consistency, but as it cools down, they get firmer. And I put 14 small chilies in it. I can't take a lot of heat, and this is fine.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
It's not overly spicy. And I used Arbo chilies, so they're pretty spicy chilies. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
It tastes mostly of peanuts, but you can, it's a complex flavor. You don't taste the coconut, you don't taste you get a little bit of the chili and whatever, but
Fantastic.
yeah, so it's good.
Good. All right.
So if we don't happen to have chilies on hand, What could we substitute that with? Tabasco?
Yeah, but go easy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You have no kinds of, you have like those little cans of diced chilies maybe, or any kind of peppers in your either
Yeah.
dried or
Yeah, I'll go look.
Okay.
That's what I'll look for.
Joyce, look for dried red pepper flakes. You could use those as well.
Oh, well, I do have dried red pepper flakes. I'm gonna go see if I've got the other.
Just
Okay.
don't go crazy.
Yeah. So the shallots I got at the Asian market had like, you know how shallots have a couple of different kind of heads in one? So there's like a lot of black inside the leaves, in between the two kind of bulbs inside the head of shallots. Like I never saw that before. So somehow the dirt got inside. Did you ever see that? Marge?
Did you get the red ones or did you get the other ones?
Just regular shallots.
I got the red ones, and I did notice like the outer skin was on two of them, I think, was kind of like blacky.
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of-
so that's something
So-
I never saw it before.
I think they're starting to, I think it's just like starting to mold. So what I did is I rinsed it, took out that outer whatever, rinsed
paper.
it and put it in my future soup, whatever, that frozen stuff I keep, that frozen bag. But yeah, I thought that was a great deal to buy
Yeah.
them that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did buy them, and I have one left because I also here, one cute little guy left, and I used the ones that looked like they were going to have the black. Most of mine were not split. Most of mine were the whole. Oh, this one's split actually, but yeah, these cute little guys. I cute little guys. I have friends.
Yeah, but you kill them all. It's so sad.
Yeah, well, I killed the rest of them, but I had the half a small onion that I used as well, just to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I was listening to NPR one day and they were talking about a recipe and it's like, and take a shallot, and then they stop and like, what is a shallot? I mean, like when you have two of them that are connected, is that two shallots? Is that one shallot? And one of them said, only on NPR would you hear a kind of debate about what is a complete shallot. It was very funny.
Exactly. Although I will say Cheryl asked that very question 2 weeks ago.
It is a good question.
It is apparently, and I'm sure she's an NPR gal.
The answer is this, whether it has one or two whatevers, is a shallot. This is one shallot, not two. The bigger issue to me is when they tell you to use garlic cloves or a whole head of garlic, because that is just so random. Some of them are very nice and have beautiful cloves, and some of them just have these little stinky
Yeah.
little nothing cloves.
Yeah. That would have stymied chefs like us 2 years ago, but not any longer. We're all confident and able to go with it, aren't we?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Well,
Did you use stock or water, and did you use the full 8 cups?
okay, for those of you who have already made this, Terry, Marge, and Joyce.
I did, yes, I used the full stock, but then I'm the one who bought too many pounds of squash.
True.
Well,
True.
I bought too much squash too, but I'm not sure I'm putting it all in after what you said.
Yeah.
Well, good for you that you caught it.
I used 8 cups of vegetable broth.
Okay.
But
Same.
I will say that my soup is very liquidy. And
'Cause
so
I've put 4 in so far and it's already liquidy, so I wasn't sure if I should add more squash or if I should add less water.
remember, you're going to simmer it for half an hour to get, so some of it's going to boil down.
Yes.
So I don't know.
I use
I hate when it's too liquidy.
I know.
it's still,
You're still going to use an immersion blender on it, so it's going to be, have chunky things.
Yeah. I use my real blender, my Vitamix.
I'm gonna drive over to Joyce's house and steal some of her squash. Do you think she'll notice?
I still have 2 packages.
God.
I used 4.
Oh my. How big are they? Let me see that.
They're each 20 ounces.
Oh gosh. That's more than I use. Much more.
I used 4 so far. And so I mean I can keep the other 2 to make dinner later this week.
Well, but the thing is that I may have to take this little baby and use him because I may need every little ounce of squash.
I actually used 8 bags of frozen squash and I used 8 cups and mine is still pretty thin.
Wow.
It's not, I mean, it's fine, it's okay, but I wouldn't want it any thinner. Yeah. And I'm going to sign off and go watch the news with my husband.
Okay, have
Okay,
fun.
Terry.
Thanks for joining us. See you next Monday.
So I just tasted mine. I've only put in one of the little jars of the curry paste, and it's very flavorful. So I'm going to hold off on adding. Now it's probably going to taste very different once we puree the squash in the soup, and it will neutralize some of it, but I think I will hold back for the moment.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Sounds good. Sounds right.
My
Okay.
thought is I'm going downstairs to my freezer to see if I have any more squash.
Okay. So I've never bought the bags of frozen squash. I bought whole squash because I just love peeling it. Not really. But, so is the frozen squash tasty? Is it good? Who's been using it?
I have no idea. I bought it just because it seemed easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Can I ask, when we put this garnish thing in the oven, we mix all of those ingredients, the peanuts, the coconut, fish sauce, coconut oil?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you don't have to, but that's what Terry just did. And they say you can just snack on this stuff. If you even have any of it left after your family snacks on it to put on as garnish in the soup, they'd be surprised. Lisa Gavinoris, are you back or are you signing on from Midwest or wherever? You're there? Ah, everything's good, huh? Excellent. Good to see you.
So since we're all kind of interested in food, I went to see Clyde's at the Studio Theater last week. If anyone has seen it, and it's
Clyde's?
yeah, it's by Lynn Notage, who also, I think that's how you pronounce her
I
name.
saw it in New York, didn't I? They're working at a restaurant, right? And
They're
there's
ex-cons.
yeah. It was great.
Yeah, I thought that the character of Clyde could have been a little more developed, but it made me really hungry because throughout the play, they're inventing all of these incredible sandwiches, kind of this fantasy sandwich thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, just salivating our way through it. But it was lovely. It was a nice production.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
yeah.
it was coming here.
Yeah, at the studio.
It was the first time in 2 years I didn't have my stuff prepped first. I'm going to be cooking till 11 o'clock at night.
Olivier would be very disappointed, Deb.
I know, thank goodness he didn't sign on today.
You don't have your mise en place. I don't know what I'm going to say about it. It's just very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Exactly. It is hideous. All right, shallots, ginger, lemongrass, and salt. We're doing garlic in this too.
Have you got an extra shallot I can steal?
Was that David? Is he back in the country?
Yes, I'm back.
There's David,
So
back from
excited.
work.
And you're not even sick. You're healthy and back, right? Fantastic news. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Shallots, ginger. So no garlic, ladies, huh?
No, no garlic.
Good thing I didn't just smash what I was about to smash. All right. So salt, 2 generous pinches of salt.
Cutting board is freezing. And just use my house.
Squash, coconut milk, and curry.
I am so excited. I went down to the freezer and underneath all of Joyce's old soups, I found another bag of butternut squash.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, so I just put it in. It says to cook it, you only need to cook it for 6 minutes because I don't know what they do to this in advance. So I just added a couple of minutes to my simmer time and threw them in there.
All right, and Betsy had a question for you while you were gone, and it was about the relative deliciousness of those bags of squash to the fresh.
Yeah, I heard her ask that earlier. They're not bad. You know, you can make a butternut squash soup out of that and it tastes like butternut squash. You know, that's how I eat butternut squash. I don't typically eat it mashed or anything. It's just, you know, but yeah, they're fine.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like using spinach. When you use spinach in a soup and you throw in the frozen spinach, which I frequently do because I happen to have it, and I decide at the last minute to decorate. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like spinach. It's different from fresh, but it's not a bad taste, and it tastes like butternut squash.
There's some who say that frozen vegetables are sometimes preferable, especially out of season, because they're frozen when they're just picked, theoretically. And
Right.
other produce might have been shipped across the country and not as fresh as it might be.
Squash lasts a very long time, and I still have 3 kaboshes that I see in the corner there to be cooked. But I also have one that I found last week that had started to get moldy and go bad. But there's a limit to how much soup I can cook.
What? There is not.
Someday, Deb, you can do a number and figure out how much I've cooked.
Oh my goodness, I can't even, I don't know if my computer numbers go that high.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I have. I think I have downstairs. I have whatever we cooked last week because I didn't do a delivery on Tuesday because that was the day we went up to Boston.
So Marge, I just had an idea. If I drop off like at 8:40 and just leave it in a bag on the driveway, it's not going to thaw by the time you come out at 9:30, right?
No, if you bring it at 8:40, you should come to the front door and ring the bell. Just bring it up to the front door.
I thought that was too early.
No, I mean, I'll be awake. Someone will be awake. I just don't want everyone to show up at my house at 8:30 because I may or may not be dressed.
Yeah, right. So it's not going to spoil in the hour before you come
Right,
out.
but if you put it on my porch, it'll be cool enough, and I'll just bring up some ice blocks and throw it in your container.
Yeah.
We'll do
I
it
think-
that way.
I think that's what I want to aim for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have all your containers and I have some of my containers, and I don't know if I have any. I have someone else's, I think Hedda's containers from last week. I have all sorts of containers.
Yeah, I'll have to check and see how my container supply is right now.
Oh,
I think this was probably answered, but do we cook the garnishes at 350?
Yeah, Terry cooked them at 325, I think she said, and a convection. So that's kind of like 350, 375, something like
Right.
that.
Yeah, because
She said 13 minutes. What?
I think the recipe doesn't say,
I know. They trust us.
but I would have probably done 350.
350 works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Julia, you're using a Vitamix to blend yours. Would you ever try leaving the lemongrass in? Would it blend that? It blends like almost everything, not that, huh? Okay.
I think it's too fibrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the Vitamix is pretty amazing, but not
Not
that
that amazing. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's really an amazing machine.
Yeah. All right, I'm done with my prepping only because I just had enough. So, oh, you guys are almost done. Oy. Open up now. Julie, what's yours looking like without the coconut milk? Does it seem like something you might want to eat?
It looks fine. I added a little bit of water just so there'd be enough for the squash, but yeah, it looks fine.
Okay,
So I think it'll work out.
good. Fish sauce. 6 tablespoons.
For the garnish, we just want the coconut to be a golden brown, right? Because mine only took maybe 8 to 10 minutes.
And on that same heat, or was it higher?
I had it at regular 300 in a toaster oven.
Take it out. You definitely don't want to mess with it, right?
Yeah, so it's a golden brown. It just
Okay.
was quick.
Perfect. Okay. This is the most beautiful colored soup I've ever seen. Does everybody's look a little on the brownish side? Oh, well, maybe it's just me. I hope it's just me. Ay, ay, ay. Betsy, what color is your soup?
Pre-puree.
Pre.
Yeah, it will be lovely. It's orangey and creamy looking.
And you use the green curry paste, not the red.
Yes, but I only use one jar.
Yeah, yeah,
And may add more at the end per the directions, but it seemed to a little bit went a long way.
yeah.
So, and what does yours look like?
Kind of mucky. I know.
I noticed that mine looked kind of brownish at the beginning,
Yeah.
but as especially right after I added the fish sauce, but
Mhm.
as it cooked, mine is now it's a pale orange. I'm
Thank
having
you.
fun though. I had 26 pieces of the lemongrass. I've been fishing for a couple of minutes. I've so far found only 6 of them. But
It's a
way
good thing you're
tasty.
not a it's a good thing you're not a surgeon, Marge.
Yeah, for sure.
28 sponges, only found 6.
Got to go back in, Marge. Open it up again.
Yes, for many reasons. Okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to have to share this news with you guys, but I know that we're close enough that you'd want to hear the devastating news that I just got. I'm kidding. It's not personal, but it's not good either. The Dalai Lama, has anybody heard this news story yet? Isn't that awful? The Dalai Lama has apologized after a video emerged. I love that man. That his little giggle, although I'm going to have to hate his giggle now. After a video emerged showing the spiritual leader kissing a child on the lips and then asking him to suck my tongue at an event.
Oh,
Could that be possible? The
No.
Dalai Lama is like the cutest, sweetest. No,
no.
it's not even true, right, Joyce?
I would not believe that.
All right, fake news. Thank you. Thank you, Joyce.
We can find out later.
Okay. Okay.
Coconut, fish sauce, chilies, oil. Lemongrass, sugar, and the lime leaves. Range. Okay. Taste. Add water. Thinly slice. Thinly slice. Peanuts. Peanuts. Hmm.
10 down, 16 to go in my fishing. I'm so glad I counted them first. I am about to taste the broth. We'll see how it is. It tastes a little salty to me, which may be from the fish sauce.
Yeah, and I put a lot of salt in. It told you 2 teaspoons, right?
No, it said 2 pinches, didn't it?
Oh, large pincher. Wait a second. Maybe
Said
I
large
misread.
pinches, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, it tastes a little salty.
Okay.
Anyone else have that? Anyone else taste theirs and find it salty?
Well, throw in a potato.
I didn't taste it yet, but
And some lime, right? Potato and
Sure.
lime. I love that, those ideas.
I mean, the potato will soak up the salt.
Yeah.
And thicken it. Because a couple people were saying theirs was a little thin, right?
It's good. I like
Oh, good. Oh, good.
it.
it took a while for mine to come to a boil and then I turned it down to a simmer, but it seems like my squash is already pretty tender. It hasn't been 30 minutes. It's maybe more like 15. But I guess we just want the squash to be tender.
Right,
Yeah.
because you're gonna use the blender on it. But then again, you're gonna let it cool for a couple of minutes. It's just gonna sit in that hot liquid anyway. So if you want to turn it off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Mine
weird
is-
that it
Yeah.
is less time.
Yeah, mine's very mushy.
Okay, so your garnish, Marge, you're not using peanuts. Are you using coconut flakes? Oh dear.
What else is on that list? I'm using the basil because I have it. What else was on there? The lime juice, not wedges, lime juice.
Fish sauce?
No, because you have so much fish sauce in it. I think that's why it's so salty. Have you tasted yours, Joyce? Mine is
Yeah.
salty.
Yep, okay.
So yeah, I'm
Um,
not gonna add more fish sauce.
Minced lemongrass?
No, because I used all my lemongrass in the cooking. And my
Okay.
other feeling about the lemongrass right now is I'm very angry at it because I still have 16 more pieces to find.
And you don't have any lime leaves, right?
No, I'm gonna use just plain lime. I mean, these soups are gonna be frozen, so
Yeah,
it's hard
Yeah.
to garnish.
right.
Although I like the idea of the peanuts and the coconut flakes. If I ate them, I would think that would be fine.
Yeah. Oh, and it also says melted coconut oil along with the dried red chilies. And
Oh, I
No,
might do that.
I don't have my Trader Joe's. I used to keep an extra. I always had an extra tin of the Trader Joe's green chilies, but I don't. So I'll use the red pepper flakes
Yeah, use the red pepper flakes. That's exactly what that is. That's made out of the red chilies.
along with maybe the coconut flakes and maybe a little bit, I don't know. I
But
guess
I'm not gonna toast mine. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top after I put them in their containers.
okay. And of
That's
course
just because I'm lazy.
they do have 2 teaspoons of sugar.
No, no, no. Nothing needs sugar. Why would you need sugar?
Mm.
That's funny because I just tried mine and I thought it was delicious, really spicy, and a little sweet. So try yours before you add any sugar to anything that you're going to put in there. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes sugar's used to caramelize though, so it's,
On those
I
nuts.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think 2 teaspoons is not a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, so you already did your garnish, Deb?
I did not. I just tried my broth and when I tried it, I thought that is delicious. It's really spicy. It's rich flavored.
Yep.
And it's a little sweet, which I think
Okay.
is just weird. You know, I don't know, since I'm so late already, that I'm going to make the garnish. What do you guys think about me? I've got a whole lot of Thai basil. What do you think about me putting the Thai basil in and just blending it up in the soup?
With the coconut flakes.
Oh, I can put coconut flakes in it. Well, I have the coconut milk, so I don't feel like that would be more for texture than flavor, but I want the basil for the flavor, right? Or no?
True, true. And don't forget the limes.
Yeah, I'm totally putting limes in there. Yeah. I'm just so late today. This is really sad.
Yeah.
I want the
Yeah.
basil and the lime flavor. Everybody agrees or no?
A little bit of the chili too, the red chilies.
My soup is so spicy. I'm already.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So could be my coconut flakes could be the garnish along with
Yeah,
basil.
why not? Toasted coconut. Why
Yeah.
not? I mean, it's not going to be what they said, but it'll be delicious.
Right, right. Just as a garnish on top. It'll look nice.
So I have to share with you guys, I don't think I did last week, but then I found out when I was at the apartment complex where so many of these Afghan families are now living in Silver Spring. There was a new guy who just came in, and we were bringing a whole lot of stuff to a whole bunch of different families today. That's why I was running so late. And last week, I learned about this woman who we were helping, has 2 little boys. I think her husband is not in the picture. I think he was killed in the war, but I am reluctant to ask. And she and her 2 little boys, who are 5 and 6 now, adorable, couldn't get out of Afghanistan. She had worked for USAID and she needed to get out of there because she really was fearing for her life and the lives of her kids. So they managed to get plane tickets to Brazil, and she walked. I mean, I Googled this. It takes over a month to walk 10 hours a day. And she had 2 little kids from Brazil up to the US border through Mexico. And she said she was in a whole group, that was being led by one of these, what do they call them?
A mule?
A mule, or yeah, they were being led, and she was the only one. When she got to the border, she showed all her paperwork and all these letters, but people who had vouched for her working for the government. So she got 2 days in whatever kind of confinement, and then they let her go. But most of them got put back in the refugee cities in Mexico. So she amazed me, and that was last week. Then I got a call Thursday from another family who is just arriving. And when I was delivering stuff today, the guy who had called me and said, "Can you help this new guy? He's just up. He has absolutely nothing." He too flew to Brazil and walked up.
Oh,
I mean, it's just amazing. He has a family with a 6 and a 10-year-old, so a little older. But you don't know if that's better or worse, because the 10-year-old's going to tell you, "I'm tired. I don't want to walk anymore," right? I don't know. It's just
how many
amazing.
weeks? Do you know how many weeks it took?
I didn't ask, I'm so reluctant to ask them details.
Yeah.
But I Googled it and it says, 4 to 6 weeks going 10 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
It's just amazing.
Huh.
So anyway, we're setting up the rest of this guy's stuff, and dropping off the rest of this week. So if anybody wants to participate in that or meet this family, or if David wants to come hang pictures, that'll be the rest of this week, and the sign-up sheet's on the website.
We're actually gonna be a little bit not quarantined, but our daughter's wedding is at the end of the month, so we're being kind of careful about exposing ourselves to it.
Totally great. I was thinking about when that wedding was coming up. That's fantastic. Oh, I know. I'm excited for you all.
Thank you.
Hey, Deb,
Yes.
sorry if I missed this. I've been in and out.
Yeah.
Did we announce that soups from today's session could come to my house?
Oh, no, please do.
Okay, so soups from this session, please, if it's convenient, please bring them to the freezer outside my door. We're trying to fill it as much as possible before Wednesday. On Wednesday, it'll be taken to share with refugee families in the different apartment complexes. So I have plenty of space, and if you have any other vegetarian or halal soups in your freezer, please bring those as well. It'd be nice to, send as much as we can. Homes Not Borders is requesting soup, so thanks.
Okay.
Alma,
Yep.
I had looked at the ingredients and on my fish sauce, there's anchovy in there. Is that not an issue? Is that okay? Fish?
Yep, that's not an issue. This fish is not an issue.
Okay.
Okay. Selma, is this the Palisades address?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
It's right off of MacArthur, just 2 blocks past the hospital.
Yeah, on Manning Street, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joyce, if you're gonna do that and not bring it here, just let me know that you're not coming, okay?
I will.
Okay.
All right. I love this soup. It's hot as can be. Mine is anyway. Probably because I didn't measure the green curry. I used all that I had left in that little can of it, and I just thought, how much could it be? It's delicious. But I like spicy. I'll write spicy on my soup thing, on my label, Marge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure, they pour it over rice.
Oh, it's a whole meal. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
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 All right. Oh my God, it's 6:30. How's everybody doing? Other than me, who's ridiculously behind. Everybody's good?
Yep, good. Okay.
Lisa,
Bye.
even with the time change, you're good?
Who are you talking to?
Lisa Gapanoris is not in our time zone.
You're back.
I don't think she's back. I think she's traveling still.
She's in Fargo. Are you in
Yeah.
Fargo?
She's cooking for her son. All right. Oh,
Sorry, I joined the party late and I'm making dinner for the family. It's not the soup, it's a salmon dish. But I just wanted to get my Monday night soup fix.
yay.
So, and get the verdict on how the soup is. Snow is melting quickly here. That 12 to 18 inches is gone down fast, so.
Wow. Amazing. You didn't go to the concert, did you?
Oh, no, I got in a little late and then we went to dinner. I was a little, delayed, but nonetheless, I'm here safe and head back tomorrow.
Okay, good. Glad you had a great trip. Glad that you joined us today.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Deb. Great
Thank
soup.
you. Bye. Bye all.